Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We're with the sheep today, and we've had them on this paddock. Let's see, 2, 4. This will be 5 and 6 days. Just kind of. This is a big paddock. It's probably 10 acres, 10 or 11 acres, and it hadn't been great since we've taken the cattle off of it. And hey guys, how y'all doing? These are Sheila's puppies. Getting ready to bring the other puppies in here. We got to give them the last set of parvo shots, and then we'll have a bunch of youngsters in here. The older, younger dogs, we've got them in another area. And what we're doing is with this hay, we're putting out a bale for these sheep every 2 days. And this isn't very good hay. It's a little bit over mature. It's got a lot of seed in it though. So we're getting a lot of orchard grass. There's some clover in there, of course fescue, timothy. Getting some good natural seeding. You can see the sheep just now figured out that Isaac's unrolling that. Here they come. That's kind of a pretty view, isn't it? Having got the sun just right, the dogs in the foreground and the sheep coming behind. Well, the ewes, all the sheep, the rams, the ewes, they all just look fantastic. They've really put on some really good condition, and they're going to be lambing the 1st of May. If you look at the tails on those sheep, I don't see a dirty tail on any of them. It's just amazing to me, what sheep can survive on. I mean, there's not that much stockpile out here. I mean, there's some, but those sheep, you wouldn't want to put, well, there's 160 head of sheep, or you wouldn't want to put that many cows in here. They'd run out of feed pretty darn quick. But the sheep will go through this grass, this hay they just unrolled, and we'll see them coming. Here they are. And they just pound that hay. They just pound it into the ground. They bust it up in little tiny pieces, and they'll eat and pick at it. Right now what they're doing, they're going through that hay that they unrolled. They're trying to find the very, very, very best. Hey, how you doing, little gal? You just want to have a nice pet, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, you're a good puppy. You're learning to be a guard dog. You're going to make somebody a really nice guard dog. Yeah. She is a beaut. Golly. What a beautiful hound. Not a hound, but a guardian dog. Hounds are for tracking game. This little gal here, she's for guarding. They're just awful nice little dogs. Yeah, you are a nice little puppy, aren't you? I mean, you look at that pink tongue and that little black nose. Yes, you're just a good dog. Yes, you are. But the big dogs, Big Boy and Lady, there's Lady, they have really calmed down a lot. I mean, I couldn't hardly get a hand on them. And this morning, Lady came up, sat on her haunches, and gave me her foot. And I was petting on her. And then Big Boy came up and said, well, I think I'd kind of like to have some of that. And he came up and he sat down, and I rubbed him on his chin and his head. So I think, we were feeding, we had a lot of bones and meat scraps and things during that cold period we had in our freezer. And just hand feeding those dogs it was probably 2.5 to 3 weeks. It really calmed them down. And just got them a lot more gentle to humans. And I like that. Every dog in here now we can catch. Except for, where is he? Well, there's 2. That female that had her litter underneath the stump. We got her fixed, by the way. We were able to catch her in the corral, and we got her fixed. I don't want a female whelping that you can't catch. So we got her fixed. She won't be having pups anymore, but She did have a nice litter. There was 6 of them. They're going to be out here in the next week after we give them the 3rd round of parvo. That's her with the blue collar on right there. She's really recovered nice. She was pretty thin, which, you know, you whelp in December, they're going to put a lot of pressure on you. There's the wild black dog right there. He got shot really bad, and we caught him because he was wandering a little bit, and we put a drag on him. And he kind of freaked out with that drag, and just kind of made him a little bit timid. But he's a good dog. He hangs around the sheep. He barks. He just one of those dogs you got to get in the crowd, you know, to get a hand on him. Hey, little girl, you just keep coming back over to me, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. You're just a wonderful little dog. Yeah, you're spoken for. Every dog in here is already sold. One of our producers, he did let us know the other night that he's going to have 5 for us in about 6 weeks. But every dog in here is, and even the ones coming from Sarah that we just are going to be bringing in the end of this week, they're all sold too. So it seems like a lot of people are interested in getting a guardian dog, which I don't blame them. If you've got sheep or goats and you don't have something out here like that, folks, you're asking for trouble. The predators will come in and they'll kill your sheep. And it's not the ones that they kill. Well, it's terrible, any animal that gets killed, but they maim so many of them. You know, they just start ripping them. And I was in a flock of sheep in Kansas years ago, big flock, and they had coyotes come in there, and those coyotes just decimated that flock. I'd never seen so many holes and rips and tears in sheep as what those sheep were. They were just ripped all to pieces. And he was able to salvage about 120. He had like 300 and something. Really just beautiful ewes, but he didn't have enough dog power. And those darn coyotes came in and they worked him over, and he lost. Well, he ended up having to sell the whole flock because he couldn't keep the coyotes out of them. He couldn't find dogs, you know, reliable dogs. And I think he was up to almost 400 ewes. And the whole thing just went upside down because he didn't protect the sheep. And I'd never see. There comes a lady. How you doing, girl? Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at this. Yeah, look at that. This is a dog, folks, that you couldn't pet. Yeah, good girl. Yeah. Believe it or not, folks, that dog right there, she's the alpha. She whips Big Boy. Now, Big Boy will outweigh her by, oh, I don't know, 30 pounds, maybe? And Big Boy is her brother. And we're going to get Lady fixed. She's such a good dog. We like her to be focused on guarding. We got plenty of females to give us pups. We don't really want her having pups. Because once they have pups, folks, they don't guard as well. They're more concerned about their puppies, which they should be. And we want dogs out here guarding our sheep. So you don't want too many females. It's just a lot of work keeping up with all the pups. You know, the parvos, the parvo shots. And it does take quite a bit of management, getting them broke into hot wire, teaching them how to eat out of dog feeders, teaching them to kind of stay with the sheep. This is the size right here. That little dog there, that's Ringo. That's Ringo. He's got a ring on his tail. Yeah, Ringo. How you doing, buddy? Look at his tongue. It's warm out here and their tongues are hanging out today. So people say they need to go inside. These dogs don't belong inside. They're miserable inside. It's because they got so much hair on them, they get hot. Look at him. You know, it's 50 degrees out here and his tongue's hanging out. He's hot. He'd be more comfortable if it was 20 degrees out here. Just a great dog. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. We've got some other chores we want to get done, but I just wanted to show you the sheep. They're kind of picking around a little bit on this hay. and within 2 days you won't be able to find that hay. The sheep will just chew it up with their feet. And we'll be lambing here in May on green grass when it's warm. And we don't do any of that jugging stuff where you get them up in a barn and put them in a little tiny pen, jug them inside. That's called jugging. That was a term I couldn't think of the other day. And you're just asking for trouble, because you've removed yourself from nature's cycle. Nature is sunlight, green grass, and fresh paddock moves. And what's the best medicine you can give a sheep? A fresh, clean pasture. It's not Ivomec or all that stuff you put on them that destroys their natural parasite resistance. It's a clean pasture. And you can build a flock like this. Well, look at that ewe. Never been wormed. Nothing in here has ever been wormed. Ever in its entire life. And their feet have never been trimmed. Their tails, you don't need to dock their tails. You don't need to shear them. They're hair sheep. They shed. We don't give them any weaning shots. We don't do anything to them other than move them. And you know, if you run out of stock pile, you got to give them hay about every couple of days. And it doesn't have to be super high quality hay. Right now, we did put out some MLS tubs up there. Somebody asked the other day what they consist of. Basically, it's just molasses lick from sorghum. They press the molasses out of that, and it's just a supplement. And that is only for about a month in March. We started it last week because this stockpile is getting really thin. There's not much left out here. And they can eat this stuff, but they just need a little help to help break that down in their gut. You don't want to be starving your sheep the last month before they lamb. You're going to come out with a bunch of weak lambs that, you know, just don't have any energy because the mother was pushed too hard. In other words, she didn't have enough nutrients to develop that lamb correctly. So don't take your eyes off of animal performance that last month before the lambs are born. Just a little secret I'll share with you. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here, and those of you all new to the channel, we're going to sign out, and you all have a great day. Hit that subscribe button on that. I'd appreciate it, and the like button, and we're going to see you all down the road.